Is now the time to be getting tough on those on JobSeeker?
Well, we're gradually reintroducing those mutual obligation responsibilities because the economy is opening up. People are getting back to work. Restrictions are being eased outside of Victoria. Obviously, Victoria is a different situation and they won't be held to account in the same way. But ultimately, what we want to do is get more people back to work. And yesterday's job numbers were pretty encouraging. 111,000 new jobs created over the month of August. The unemployment rate falling from 7.5 down to 6.8%. And these are good signs that our job plan is working. Now, a lot of people are still doing it very tough, and we understand that, and that's why the income support continues to be there. But ultimately, everything we do is motivated by the single goal of getting people back to work.
There's still a lot more people on JobSeeker, though, than there are jobs available. So how do those people find work if that work is not there?
Well, ultimately, they need to work with their job active and job service provider, because by doing so, we can find a suitable job for them. And of course, if there's not a job there, then they can continue to try. But ultimately, what we need to do is create more jobs across the economy. That's what our JobMaker plan is all about. That's why we need more flexibility in the labour market. That's why we're investing in skills. That's why we're bringing forward infrastructure projects. That's why we're cutting red tape. And that's why we're reconsidering the timing of our tax cuts, because we are focused on getting more people back into work.
You did have those good figures out yesterday. You've got to take your wins where you can get them, Treasurer. Are you expecting it to stay that way?
Look, the labour market is still very challenging, and there's a big unknown there, and that's called the coronavirus. And particularly in the state of Victoria, which represents a quarter of the national economy, people are still subject to lockdown and curfew, and businesses have been hit really hard. Now, I'm hoping, the Prime Minister is hoping, that those restrictions can be eased as quickly as it is COVID safe to do so. And once that happens, more businesses will reopen, more people will get back to work, and that will be good news for the overall economy. But there's a lot of uncertainty out there in the economy, not just here in Australia, but globally, and that's a reflection of the nature of the virus and the fact that we've seen second waves, not just in Victoria, but in other countries around the world.
Just finally, you finished the budget yet?
We're pretty close. We've had our expenditure review committee meetings that have been going for many months. It's a gruelling task, but a critically important one. I was encouraged by the numbers yesterday, but there is still a long way to go, and the road will be pretty bumpy. So what you'll see in the budget on October the 6th is the next stage in our JobMaker plan that is designed to get people back to work, to make the economy stronger, and to build for a better future for all Australians.
You are having some issues with the states, though, at the moment. I mean, would you agree that the relationship is strained between the Prime Minister and the Queensland Premier?
Look, there are some challenges there, and we've been outspoken on the border issue, because closed borders cost jobs. And as you know, the Prime Minister will be discussing today the lifting of the caps, because we want to see more Australians come home. But we'll call it out when it's in the national interest to do so, and that's been our consistent position right through the coronavirus.
Treasurer Josh Frydenberg, appreciate your time. Short and sweet. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.